and it is a holiday. It is a holiday, and I know that a lot of people are going to have to catch the recording. So, like I mentioned, whenever I launch something, and like I said, I've been in this business for almost 7 years. I've gone through a handful of launches, from 80-day obsession to morning meltdown 100 to 9-week control freak, 6 weeks of the work, new Shakeologies, bevies. I've launched a handful of things, and it always comes down to three main things for me. The first thing, if you guys want to write this down, is our organization and our planning. So the way I organize it and the way that I plan it. I'm going to be super transparent in saying to you guys that I've been on vacation for the last 2.5 weeks, and I haven't really done a lot for my business in the last 2.5 weeks. I actually got home yesterday. I brain dumped everything that I needed to do for this launch. And this morning, I made up a big cup of pre. I sat down and I built everything that I'm going to show you tonight in 2 hours for my entire launch plan. I want you guys to raise your hand if you have 2 hours to crush your launch. Like, do you have 2 hours, maybe today, tomorrow, the next day, this weekend, to lean the F into the next 13 weeks of your launch? I really hope that everybody raised their hand, because every single one of you guys have 2 hours. Whether you are a crazy busy nurse or a med student or a new mama, we can all find 2 hours, and it doesn't have to be 2 focused hours. It can be 15 minutes here, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe a full hour here. And that's why our business is so beautiful, because it's on our timeline. But today I got home and I sat down and I made a list of everything that I wanted to do. And I was just like, check, check, check. And so the first thing that always leads me to success with my launches is my organization and my planning. So that's going to be a huge piece of what I talk to you guys about tonight, okay? The second thing is my ability to talk about it. I'm not just saying like, we're launching a new program tomorrow, let me know if you want to join it, but really asking myself, Ash, why are you excited about this new program? Right? I don't know how many of you guys were able to listen to the National Wake Up Call this morning, but I hope that you were able to. Or maybe you're on an elite team and you were able to have Amwala on a call of yours, which was such an incredible opportunity, and feel his energy and his excitement. But I hope that you guys can actually look in the mirror and not just show up on your social media because you have to say I'm excited about a program, but to actually ask yourself, why am I excited about this program? Like, really, why are you excited to do a 13-week program? 6 days a week, 45 minutes for 13 weeks. It's functional fitness. So for me personally, it took me listening to Amwala, his energy, his excitement, watching the Meet Amwala video, really diving deep into the program and the resources, the materials, for me to ask myself, why am I excited in this season of my life today, as a 28-year-old new wife, dog mama? Why am I excited for this program? And for me, especially as a coach, a full-time coach, I'm excited about the functional fitness side. I love that it's such a foundational piece. It's such a foundational structured program, because when a huge piece of my story was that I was overweight when I came into Beachbody, and I had struggled with my weight my entire life. And something that I always say that led to my success was finally gaining education around nutrition and fitness. And I'm really excited that this program is going to be that for so many people. So if you feel that way, and it didn't take me reading about 645 one time for me to be like, oh, this is why I'm excited about it. It took me listening to the way that it's worded. It took me watching the Meet Amwala video, for me to watch the trailer, to do the sample, for me to really get to the bottom of why I'm excited. So that piece, the second piece of my ability to talk about it, isn't me just showing up in my stories and saying, we're launching a new program tomorrow, let me know if you want to join. It's going to be about me tomorrow when I'm doing the sample workout, talking about the why of why I'm excited. That functional fitness piece, that piece that aligns to me and my life and my story. Because my job isn't to help people get excited about this program. My job is to help people see themselves through my excitement. Right? My job isn't to help people get excited about this program. They're not going to do that on their own. My job is to get these people who are like me to feel my excitement for this program, so that they can see themselves through my lens, through my story, through my shoes, right? So the first piece to having an incredible launch is your organization and your planning. And the second piece, of course, is your ability to talk about it. And the third piece is your willingness to show up to it. I'm going to tell you straight up, you guys, you're not just going to launch the program tomorrow. Nope. You're not just going to launch the program on July 19th during customer launch. You're going to launch this program every single day for the next 13 weeks. So I want you guys to tell me in the chat, when are you starting your 13-week journey? When are you starting 645? Because tomorrow starts day one of launch for you. And the last day, or the few days after you finish your 13-week journey, is when you finish launching this program. One of my favorite things to look back on is the 80-day obsession launch. That was when my business went from being a single diamond to advancing 36 diamonds that year. And I really believe that 80-day obsession was a huge foundational, foundational program for us to build all of the incredible leaders on my team, because of one main reason. Because my girls woke up and they launched 80-day obsession every single day. I'm not saying they wake up and they're super cheesy about, hi, I'm on day 2, I'm launching this new program, but they launched the program on day 1 and they took people through the journey with them. What do people love more than anything in the world? Authenticity. They love to feel like they can see themselves through somebody else's shoes. So when you're launching a program, make this less about you selling something and more about, okay, I'm on day 3. This is how I feel today. Here was my favorite move. Here's how my nutrition was. Here I am reflecting, almost making every single day a journal entry. Because when I go back to the 80-day obsession launch that we had, when my girls, who are now elite coaches, the type of business they ran back then, it was every day was a journal entry for them, and they bled Beachbody Blue. You are showing up to, think about 75 Hard. You guys have all heard about it. Why is 75 Hard so successful? Because people talk about it every single mother effing day, right? You hear about it every day from these people. Make these next 13 weeks, this 645 journey, when you're waking up, whether I'm doing it at 645 every day, just because ironically, that's when I work out every morning, but 6 days a week, 45 minutes a day for 13 weeks. Make that your, okay, day 1 of however many, week 1 done out of 13, going into week 2, make it a journal entry. So launches do great doing 3 things. Number 1, organization and planning. Number 2, your ability to talk about it. And number 3, your willingness to show up to it. My launches run the exact same way for every single program and every single product that I'm hosting. And the things that I'm going to outline to you guys for the next 10 minutes are those things every single time. So I'm just recreating them every time. And so maybe you're a brand new coach and you're on this call, like you're so intimidated about launch. Well, I want you to just take a deep breath. Everybody just take a deep breath about launch, because if any pressure can come up off your shoulders right now, it's knowing that launch isn't just tomorrow, and it's not just the next 2 weeks leading into customer launch. They're important, they're vital, they're foundational, but launch is going to be for the next 3-4 months while you're doing this program, while you're staying focused in on this program. So don't put all of this pressure on yourself for this launch. Just get organized, talk about it, and be about it, okay? But the more you launch things, the more confident you're going to get at launching things, okay? The more times that you launch your program, the next time you do it, you're going to look back and say, oh, I love the way that I did this, but I wish I would have tweaked this a little bit. And that's what makes a leader an incredible leader. When I showed up the first launch, I think the first launch that I ever did was probably like size way back in 2015. I can't even remember, because 21 Day Fix had just launched. It was something, 21 Day Fix Extreme, maybe around there, but I definitely wasn't great at it. I was leaning very heavy on my uplines, learning about the system, how to talk about it. But, and back then I couldn't lead a team of thousands that I lead now. It took me needing to like learn the first step, learn the second step, learn the third step, and then be able to look back and say, here's what I did great. Oops. I think somebody's sharing their screen. What? Who's on this sharing their screen? This is really weird.
Teresa. It says Teresa.
Oh, Teresa Trejo, you're sharing your screen. Interesting. How do I, guys, sorry, technical difficulties. This isn't, okay. I just had to remove her. Hopefully she can jump back on. That was interesting. But like I was saying, you are going to progress and get better every single time you launch something, okay? So I decided what I'm gonna do is actually, I was gonna make a presentation and I was gonna talk off of it, but instead I'm just gonna share my screen and share everything that I created for my own launch today. So what I do during launches is I actually, when I launch things, I share them with my team. I know that the success of my team is the success of myself. So what I personally do is I always have a shared Google folder. So every time I launch something, I'll rename it, whether it's like cookies and creamy launch, 645 launch. Whenever I create something, I put it into that folder. And my team knows that if they go into the folder, they'll probably see something brand new that Ashley created surrounding launch. So that's a really great way for you to collect all of your resources to have it in one place so that the next time you launch something, you can pop right into there and you can see, oh, here's what I did for a 9-week control freak. Let me copy that or emulate it to mirror it or change it a little bit if that's what you're looking to do in order to be successful in this launch as well. So like I said, the very first thing I do is organize and plan. So I want to talk to you guys about a calendar. First tip in organizing and planning is knowing when you are hosting your group, knowing when you are starting your day one. The easiest way for you to really create an incredible launch is for you to launch it around your day one. So I'm traveling like a crazy person this month. So I actually had to push my launch out to the second week in August. So I planned my launch around that. But you have to create a launch plan around when you're going to start your day one. So for me, today was July 5th. I know tomorrow is going to be coach launch day. So I'm personally going to purchase my upgrade. Quick disclaimer, you guys probably all know about the 645 $45 back. So I really want to earn that $45 back, get a little bit of skin in the game, so finish the program. And in order to do that, I have to purchase a challenge pack. So tomorrow I'm purchasing my 645 challenge pack. I'm just going to get another bag of cookies and creamy Shakeology because it's my favorite flavor literally ever. It's my favorite permanent flavor. My favorite Shakeology flavor ever is salted caramel. But I will be purchasing that as my challenge pack tomorrow because I know that if I want my coaches to be excited about that $45 back promo, I have to be excited about it as well. So tomorrow I'm going to buy my upgrade with my challenge pack. I create a calendar like this, not just for myself, but also for my team so that they can see it visually laid out. So I know tomorrow I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to organize. Personally, I love that we started launching something for coaches 2 weeks before customers, and I lean really heavy into that. I'm somebody who doesn't really sign people up as coaches unless they're serious about coaching, just what I do in my business. So during the 645 coach launch period, I am busy recruiting coaches who want to work this business with 645. So during the 2 weeks of coach launch, I'm focusing on getting coaches who want to launch their business with 645. I'm also organizing a lot for my customer launch, just the way that I work my business. So I have that planned out. If you guys listened to me on the National Wake Up Call 3 weeks ago, you have got to figure out what works for you. Your personality type is probably not my personality type. You know, your antics, your behaviors are going to be very different based on what you need in your life and what you need, you know, your priorities in your schedule. So you have to ask yourself, how do I want to launch 645? So I'm going to buy my upgrade tomorrow. I'm going to organize like crazy, and I'm going to invite for the next 3 weeks leading into my day one. I know that customer launch is on the 19th. And so what I'm doing from now leading into the 19th is I'm collecting my pre-order forms, and I'll show those to you in just a second. So that on the 19th, I can send carts out to people who are ready to order, my clients who are ready to order, but I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to get to the 19th. Maybe I'll take a deep breath. I'll celebrate my girls who are getting signed up. I'll get them added to my bod group, but I'm not going to stop and just say, okay, now it's time for me to go in on my journey. I still have 2 weeks until I'm starting my day one. So I'm going to be inviting, I'm going to still be talking about it on social media. I'm going to be talking about it in my boot camp. I'm going to be talking about it privately when I'm having conversations with people, because I want to have as many people in my boot camp on the 19th to start their day one with me. And so I always reverse engineer back 8 to 10 days on their last day to order. It kind of worked out nice for me since I'm starting my day one on the 9th, that it would be their last day to order on the 1st. So hopefully I could lock in Success Club on the 1st of the month in August by creating some scarcity on the 1st, saying it's the last day to order. So this is my schedule. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by this schedule. It literally just came from my planner. It was just this messy thing on my planner that I made last month, and I ended up putting it here on this graphic, but I will share everything in Slay Squad after this call, okay? And if you guys have any questions, I will hang out after I'm finished and answer some questions, because I want to respect you guys, and I know I took about 8 minutes with technical difficulties. But this is my schedule and my launch plan. What I like to do for my clients is have them have something in our boot camp, and I will share this as well, for them to, so that when they do get signed up, they're not like, oh my gosh, I don't have my loops, I don't have my this, I don't have my that, I don't have my calendar, what do I start with? And by the time I actually get on a call with them, it's probably like 4 or 5 days after they signed up, and they, for those 4 or 5 days, maybe they went into like witness protection, right? It's so important that you get them to log their first workout in the first 24 hours. So I like to create some type of schedule just like this around every launch or around any like normal sign up. So I just created this based on the most minimal equipment needed, so that when they, when it's the next Monday after they order, or if they sign up on a Tuesday, they can just log their first workout that day after. But getting them into Beachbody On Demand is crucial. So this is what I created for them. And this will actually be in my announcement post in my bod group for the first week or two, so that as I'm getting girls added, I'll have them introduce themselves and drop their sweaty selfie on that post every single day, as well as logging it into the timeline. Okay. Super simple. I am not somebody who like overdoes my boot camps. I truly am a minimalist when it comes to my business. I log my workouts, I log my shakes. I urge my girls to do the same. Boom, that's it. I don't do a daily post of the day. I do go live in my boot camps quite often, a few times a week, but I'm somebody who enjoys simply showing up and having my girls mirror and doing the same. Because I personally am not somebody who's going to scroll the feed and look for my coaches, stuff. They can follow me on social media for that. I want them to just have a safe place where they can log, kind of do what they signed up for, right? So this is what I created for them. So here's my schedule. Here's my calendar for them. Organization, right? That's the first step, getting organized and planning. Second part of that, of course, is planning how you're going to talk about the program. So for me, this is what I do with every single launch. If you are one of my girls, you know that every time I launch something, it looks exactly like this. I just change the wording. Again, I will share this in Slay Squad right after this. But what I do is I just this is something I made like last year, and I just recreate it for 6:45. If you guys haven't, okay, I'm going to be very honest here. You guys don't need calls like this, straight up. You don't need calls like this to be successful with your launch. Every single one of you guys could go to your coach office and you could go use all of the materials and have an incredible launch, right? How many of you guys, raise your hand if you've actually be honest, how many of you guys have actually gone into the coach office and looked at the program materials that corporate has made for us, like just resource after resource? That's where I took all of these photos, all of the progress photos, all of the, they have like boot camp guides. They have pick your path, like things you can send to your clients. They have everything. So you don't even need a call like this to be successful, right? This is just kind of the cherry on top. This is a success leaves clues call. This is here I am, a superstar diamond, been in this business for 7 years. Here's how I took the tools Beachbody gave me and how I align them to my business. So it's your job to take this call and say, great, here's how Ashley did it, but I'm going to take the tools Beachbody also served me with, and I'm going to align that to my business. And, are you guys with me? Shake your head if you guys are with me in that. So the biggest thing I just ask you to do is to go into your Coach Online office and go into Monitor My Business, Grow My Business, and then it's all, I believe it's Grow My Business, and then it's in that tab of all of their resources. I don't have it open right now. But you'll see it all right in there. You'll see all of the challenge group little pictures. You'll see all of these photos that I took. You'll see like challenge pack guides, completion pack guides, and that's how I create this. So I have a 645 existing Beachbody members with current Beachbody On Demand membership, all 4 of their options. And then I have new Beachbody members without current Beachbody On Demand membership and their 2 options. Okay, so this is me getting organized. Super simple. Like I said, it took me 2 or 3 hours to sit down and just create this today. And then what I did from there was I put it into before I show you this, I want you to know that you don't need a website. You don't need anything flashy to have a successful launch. You could do all of this right on Google Docs, which is absolutely free. I personally use Squarespace and I love it, but I worked the first 4 or 5 years of my business just on Google Docs. But I have a web page where I put the 645 trailer in, I put the sample workout in, and I put the package options here. So that when somebody is interested in learning more about 645, I can voice message them, share my excitement with them, how we're launching tomorrow for coaches, and I'd love for you to get signed up as a coach if that's something that you're interested in. If being a coach and helping other people is up your alley, would love to get you rocking and rolling tomorrow. But if not, in 2 weeks from now, we are launching it for clients, and you do have the option to just put in your pre-order form here to learn more about it here. So I have one place for all of that. And I will share this in Slay Squad as well, okay? So I take the trailer video that is right from Vimeo. I take the sample workout that is right from Vimeo. I'm gonna say it again. I do the same thing for every launch. For 9-Week Control Freak, trailer video, sample workout, package options, and then I do a pre-order form. So this gives them an opportunity to tell me what they want to get signed up with without us having to go back and forth like crazy. So for my pre-order form, it's usually, so today I just reached out to a couple girls who were interested in coaching, and I sent this over to them, let them know that it would be a really great opportunity, a really great time for them to get started. A launch of a new program is a lot of energy and excitement. And this way they could look through it without having to ask me 100 questions, and I could follow up with them. So they just fill out their name, their email, their Instagram handle, what they're excited about for 645. I love this piece because I love going back to it. So I always ask what they're excited about, because if they filled this out, but they never ended up following through with their purchase, I can go back to this and I can say, hey, Kate, I noticed, or I remember reading through your form and you were so excited about having just something to log into every single day. That is one of my favorites, just not having to even guess. Like wake up in the morning, drink my pre, head down to my garage and not have to even think about what I'm gonna do that day, just mirroring the trainer on TV. So, pulling out why they're excited and sharing with them how you are excited about that as well. And do that follow-up. Are you still interested in getting started with us? The last day you can order is this Sunday, yada, yada, yada. Right? Does that make sense? So what I do is name, email, Instagram handle, what excites them most. If they already have Beachbody On Demand, I give them their options, right? If they already have Beachbody On Demand, here are their options. If they don't already have Beachbody On Demand, here are their options. Super simple. So they choose. If they already have Beachbody On Demand, which are you choosing? If you don't already, which are you choosing? And then if Shakeology comes with your package, if Energize comes with your package, and then if there's anything extra they'd like to add on. And then I do the progress photos, which are just absolutely incredible, like jaw-dropping. And I got all of this stuff from our Coach Online office, okay? So from here, I like to stay organized, and I hope all of you guys like to stay organized. And I put them all into my 645 launch Google document. So last week, when the sample workout launched, I collected emails. So these are my emails that I collected from the launch. So now I have all of these people who have been interested. Now they're here. Also, I have them I use Flowdesk, which is just a platform. I'm starting to transition into a new platform, but I have them in another place so that I can stream an email over to them, and I'll show you that in just a second. But I have one place for all of the emails who asked for the sample workout, okay? Tomorrow, I'm also going to collect another round of emails. So tomorrow, because it's launch day, I'm going to do the sample workout again in the morning. I'm going to get my butt kicked by Amala again in the morning. And I'm going to really dive a little bit deeper into the why I'm excited about this program. Before I talked about how excited I am, and I'm eager to jump into the sample workout. If you want to join me on the sample workout, drop your email. Tomorrow, I've already had the chance to try it. I'm going to do it again. And here's why I'm really looking forward to the program. If you are somebody like me, yada, 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 drop your email and I'll send you the sample workout and you can try it and see if it's something for you. Now I have more emails to collect. In this way, I can take these emails and every time that I send an email blast, like today I just sent out a reminder saying tomorrow's launch, tomorrow's our first step in our launch. And I'll show you that email in just a second. And then in a week from now, I'll send another one. And then on launch day, customer launch day, I'll send another one. And then in my weekly newsletters, I will always talk about 645 for the entirety of the 13 weeks that I'm doing it. So simple, you guys. And I don't want this to sound super complex. I need you to remember that it's a snowball, okay? Every launch that you do, you kind of start as a little snowflake, right? When you're a coach, every time that you do a launch, every time you sign somebody up, every time you get on a call with somebody, you're just, growing in a massive way. And you start to roll into this snowball until you're this giant snowman and you have friends of snowman in this, little field around you. And it's this beautiful thing, but you have to start as that snowflake. Words are hard. And so what I do when they are ready to order is I start to create this launch plan. Like I said, you guys, today was my first day really launching this program. I've been on vacation for the last week and a half. So today I sat down and I said, Ash, let's get serious. And I sent out to everybody who's been interested in the coaching opportunity. And I got their orders of what they wanted to do. And then for the next 2 weeks, actually the next 4 weeks leading into my day one, I'm going to be really focusing on the client side of it. Who wants to do this program alongside of me? And I know that my best coaches are actually going to come out of being a client first. I was a client first. So many of my incredible coaches today were all clients first. And sometimes it takes them really seeing what they're capable of in order to see how they can help other people. And so my focus really is going to be in the next 2 weeks, inviting to my boot camp that's going to start on August 9th with me and taking them the full 13 weeks. Who knows? Maybe Sam on week 2, who's going to crush 645 every single morning with me on the virtual link. Maybe by week 2, she's going to be like, Ash, tell me more about this coaching thing. And you better believe I'm going to be hosting webinars or coach with me groups so that these girls who are in my 645 groups, they can gain a little bit of it. They can be somewhere, jump on calls with me and learn more about the coaching opportunity. My best coaches come out of challenge groups. And so that's what I really focus on. And the next 3 groups, or the next 13 weeks, are me cultivating these relationships with these girls who are doing 645 with me. For the girls who might come in on week 5 because they see that I'm having fun doing it and they start their day 1 and ending the year with 645, because this rollover of, every day I'm going to wake up and launch 645 and get new people in. People might start their day 1 when I'm on day 60. And that's the beauty of launching this program every single day of your 13 weeks. Okay. So the last thing I want to share super fast is my email that I send. So I do use Flowdesk, which is easy for me, but you can make something gorgeous on Google if you wanted to. Maybe you're a starting out coach, or maybe you're not a starting out coach and you've been in this business for a couple of years and you might just have a short handful of people to send your emails to. And that's totally cool. That was me. Sure, as I progressed, my list has got a little bit bigger where I needed something like Flowdesk, but you do what works for you. So what I do is every week I send out an email, and today specifically, because tomorrow is launch day, I create an email something like this, and I obviously make Amala the center, because who doesn't want to look at that? But I just talk a little bit about how tomorrow's step 1 in launching our newest program, 645, how I'm a sucker for Amwala, he's my favorite trainer, but more than that, what I'm excited about. Not just saying that he's my favorite trainer, but really talking about the functional fitness, talking about how he said on the National Wake Up Call today, It's a progressive program that ramps up, where we're learning, growing, and developing. Do I see why national wake-up calls are so crucial? Because we're learning consistently. Us top coaches, I can bet that every single superstar or any leader on Slay Squad, we're consistently on team calls to learn, to have these deposits into our bank so that we can bring them to our teams and to keep having incredible launches. I talk about when my day one's going to be, and then I put my information page, which will take them right over to my information page, like I mentioned, over on my website here. So I know it sounds very, very complex, but it's really just following these 3 strategies. 1, planning, knowing when I'm going to start, what I'm going to do in the meantime from me starting, right? When I'm going to send emails, when I'm going to invite, when I'm going to talk about it. Number 2, my ability to talk about it, not just in the, hey, we're launching a new program, but here's why I'm excited. And then number 3, my willingness to show up to it. If I'm going to make my yes be a yes. If I'm going to do 6:45, I'm going to do 6:45, and I know I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to show up the same way that I want my girls to show up. Any questions? I'm so excited for this launch. Oh, it's going to be huge. Thank you for the 6:45 commitment, Ash. Should we purchase the completion pack through our business center or CBC? When it comes to something like this, you want to purchase it through your business center because that's where you have your Beachbody on demand, right? You have to have your Beachbody on demand through your account. And if you want to have that $45, so the $45 money back is for a coach who is on your HD every single month. So your Shakeology HD every single month, or I think it's 90. It has to be 90 HD every month. I believe. Read the fine print. I think it's 9. It has to be 90. So it's the person who purchases the challenge pack or completion pack, the person who's on the HD, and the person who's in the bod group and finishes the 13-week gets the 45 back. HD is home direct. That's who gets the $45 back, okay? So if you signed it through your husband or something, but they're not in a bod group, they're not on Shakeology HD, or they're, just kind of ordering to stay active, it's not gonna really work. So I would just personally, like Ty, my husband, he doesn't have Beachbody on demand because we just have it through my account. So whenever we launch a new program, I just always order the programs through my account so that it goes onto our TV in our garage, okay? Do you recommend talking about the launch a lot, even if you're doing another program right now, or pursue talking about, see, this is the thing that so many coaches get so caught up about. And Chantel, I so appreciate this question, and I don't want to make you feel small for asking it. I'm so happy that you asked it. But I think we feel so one-leveled when we talk about this, but it's so easy to just communicate with our followers. They will understand if you're doing a program now, you're excited about what's next, right? You just have to say that. You're not going to confuse them by saying, here's what I'm doing, but oh my gosh, I'm getting butterflies about what's coming next. Just communicate that. And if you don't want to sound confusing to them, just communicate that in different ways consistently. Do I think that you need to launch this program by doing it? 100%. But if you are in another program right now, like leading into launch, then just communicate that launch is happening in X amount of days. You're so excited to get started. Here's why, but I'm going to wrap this up because I started it. I only use bod groups. I love bod groups. I do nothing on Facebook except for my team pages. Love, love, love bod groups. Where do you collect your emails? I do everything on Flowdesk. Yes, I will share everything I just posted on Slay Squad, okay? And including this recording. Yeah, definitely order your completion pack. Or if your bod's about to be up, cancel that and buy a challenge pack tomorrow. But you guys, your business commitment, like I come from a family of entrepreneurs. My brother's been an entrepreneur my entire life. He's 13 years older than me. I saw him run business after business. My husband, when we first got together 10 years ago, he was an entrepreneur, and I see what goes into it. The inventory, the payroll, the snowplow removal, the rent, the products, there's everything. We literally have a $15 coach fee, and the products that most of us would be using with or without this, Your investment when you launch a program needs to be investing into the program. Even if you're not going to start it till August 8th, that's why we have a coach launch period. That's why I appreciate our coach launch period, because tomorrow I'm going to purchase it. I'm not starting until August 9th because of my travel dates. It just worked out a little funny. But I'm purchasing tomorrow so that I have access to all of the resources, so that if I have a coach sign up tomorrow and she asks me a question, I'm not going to have to ask my friend Tiffany or Michelle the answer to it. I can go into my program materials and I can find the answer for myself. And I'm the coach that I want to attract tomorrow. So everybody should be investing in the program tomorrow, 100%. Okay, what other questions do we have? Yay, I'm so excited. I just hit my SS month 3 Success Starter month 3, and I really want to do 645, but what I'm entered in to a BTS, can't remember the terms right now, and have to do a new program and leave 645. Cynthia, that's so different. Like, that is an opportunity you will never have again. Like, lean into that. If you are a success starter and you have this opportunity to be in a test group, that will lift your business up in a massive way. Don't think that like you can still launch this program though. You can still talk about it and be excited about it, but that you have this top secret thing that you're doing. It's just all about communication, you guys. Communication. If you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm confusing these people, it's probably because you're not talking about it enough. Use your words. If you've understood it, just help them understand it as well, okay? Why do you refer your launch group as your test group? Because we're the first people testing it out. This is going to be my very first time doing 645, and I know for the next 98 years that I'm going to be a coach. I'm probably going to do 645 again, so this is my very first test round, and my boot campers are going to be my first test group as well. Yes, you buy 645. You buy a 645 completion or challenge pack if you want to get that skin in the game and get that $45 back at the end of your 13 weeks. I believe customers get the $45 back too. Maybe if somebody can quote me on that, that's my impression. Any other questions? What is your opinion about starting the program tomorrow so I can talk about it, show them? Yeah, you can. It's totally up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to run your business. You gotta figure out what works for you. You're gonna have a trillion other launches from here, Amy. So maybe you do it this time and you figure out, did I like doing that? Did I like doing it before my clients? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I know I have some girls starting tomorrow and I'll never tell them what to do. Personally, I love inviting, getting a ton of girls in and doing our day one together. And there's just something special about that. And so I prefer to do it that way. And that's what I found. But you know, the first time I had to launch something, I couldn't just do what my coach was doing. I had to figure out what worked for me in order to progress on my timeline and the path that I had. So you just got to figure it out. Trial and error is the best way. I know some people starting tomorrow and then restarting. That's an option too if you want to just amp it up. But you could also create a launch if you want to like start on the 19th. You could create a 2-week like sample workout, not sample workout, like what did I just call that? Oh, prep calendar leading into it, whatever you want to do. But I'm not gonna tell you what to do. You gotta figure that out. Oh, cool. There's 11 bonus workouts. That's a really good idea, Sam. See, and we have to purchase the program to know that. All right, you guys, it's 8:46. I don't want to take any more time. I think that I answered every single question here. Again, I apologize for my technical difficulties at the beginning, but I hope that you guys just lean into this launch. If there's anything you can take from this call, it's that you don't have to have a perfect launch. This is a success leaves clues launch. Again, I'm going to say it one last time. Success leaves clues. I took what corporate gave me, the resources they gave me, paired with my experience, and I created my launch. You got to do the same. Take my training tonight, paired with what corporate gave you, and you create a launch that works for you, okay? You are on your own timeline in this business, and I hope that you're going to be here till you're 105 years old, and that means finding joy in this launch, okay? Not doing something because you have to, but doing it because you get to. But that means also figuring out why you love it, why you're excited about it, and sharing that consistently. All right, let's crush launch tomorrow, you guys. I hope you have an incredible rest of your night, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.